That is what that first line is for. The next two lines are kind of related to structuring the CCMG funding submittals in order to capitalize on the most CCMG funds available. We have broken the project up, which is Franklin Street, Washington Street, from Franklin to Ireland, into 3 separate projects. That way we can get CCMG funding for each separate project, and that is HWC helping us best pick those points to break those projects to capitalize on that funding. And then the last line item is just a not to exceed line item to assist with the bidding for Washington Street.
And the reason that the drainage wasn't designed for the first time in the first go-round was
prior to that study being done, and then kind of realizing the plan that they put together and trying to better utilize improving the drainage and not just the streetscape part. While we're in there, we may as well make improvements that are needed.
I understand the study was not completed. Can't anticipate unless you get the right information, so, okay.
So the design work that's going into it was contemplated in the study, so the study actually proposed 3 options, which is great. 1, 2, and 3, you know, good, better, and best. And so this is the middle better one, without having to get all the way into the state right-of-way and Main Street. So it's all about the Jackson, Washington Street flow from downtown through the intersection, which does flood, which floods across down past Circle Printing. So hopefully we can address a lot of that without having to go more extensively. And then by doing what they call is it a dual system, parallel system? That's the max engineering terms I've got. Then we can actually add more capacity without, you know, taking out the old, because we can use both, which is great. So this has been something that the First Baptist Church, Circle Printing, where Schlemmer Wholesale, like that whole area has really, really been interested in since I've been here. Any questions for Zach on that? Would entertain a motion to approve the amendment with HWC, please.
I would move
Approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Glenn, second by Lindsay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Zeke, your next topic. Quotes for the belt.
Good evening, Board, Mayor. In front of you guys should be a quote to essentially replace the Serpentex conveyor belt. It's a purchase and replacement of a 20-inch belt in the Headworks building. A little bit about this belt. It came with the building. It's on the original piece of equipment. It's about 17 years old with a life expectancy of about 15 to 20 years, so it kind of falls right in that range. What this belt does is any of the trash and debris that comes in from the city of Greensburg, it captures that, and then it conveys it up into a hydrocyclone, grinds it up, and then carries it over into an open-top hopper. It's a very corrosive environment. Nothing in there lives very long. Things get rusted through in just mere years in there, so it's a pretty tough environment. It's pretty harsh gases. The belt's just starting to fall apart. It's kind of chunking out. There's pieces 2 and 3 inches long just kind of laying on the floor, just showing its age. So essentially looking to purchase that belt and then replace it. It's unfortunately just a wear item of that building. So I'm here seeking approval to go forward with purchasing the belt and then having that same company come in and replace it.
The replacement part of this quote?
Yeah, it is. It should be on your back page there.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
So just part of the capital improvement plan items. So
It's in our budget.
So just for, it's not like a belt like we would think about. It's actually like a whole conveyor system.
Yeah, it's probably 80 feet long. Probably runs about the width of this room. It's probably 20 inches wide. It runs 24/7, it never stops. And it carries, like I said, the trash and debris from the city, captures it up to the hydrocyclones, it grinds it up, and then carries that trash from there over into an open top hopper. It never stops.
What do you do when it's down?
It's never been down, so it's a great question. I'd imagine we would have to put some sort of, we'd have to wheelbarrow that over by hand or put in some 55-gallon drums and empty it every hour. Like I said, it's a pretty tough environment. It's a pretty tough building to work in, probably one of our toughest. It's prior to any treatment at the plant, so it's some pretty harsh gases in there. So we're trying to stay ahead of it. Like I said, it's met its life expectancy, and we don't want to have to move that by hand, so we're trying to get it replaced.
So it's turnaround time to get it complete?
They say 3 or 4 days, so we're kind of researching now kind of what we're going to do during that time to keep up with the trash and debris that's coming in, so we're going to have to be somewhat creative, so I'm not looking forward to that one.
Everything's in stock, we don't have to wait 6 months for it.
They have pieces here and there. They're saying in the next few months, but I've had people tell me 3 months and it's been 12, so it's one of those ordeals, but ideally it would happen this year, so. Which we can get by this year, but there are pieces laying in that building on the floor. I don't know if we could get by much past that. If it were to go down, it would be it would require us there in that building 24/7 to do something with all that trash and debris, which we fill up a hopper about every 3 weeks in there. So there's a lot of stuff comes in from the city.
Did we look to get more than one quote, or?
That's the only company that makes that belt. It's their machine, it's their belt. It's the only one it's the only one that's sold for it. So they've got a bit of a monopoly there, so.
Any other questions for Zeke? If not, would take a motion to approve the quote for $66,000.
So moved.
Motion's been made by Robin,
Second.
second by Lindsay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, thanks,
Thanks,
Zeke. Okay, Donna, sewer leak adjustment. Tis the season.
Good evening. Another leak adjustment. This one is for account number 819-02000. The sewer portion is $579.54. Request be adjusted off their bill. This water did not go down to the sewer plant. It was an underground leak.
This is per ordinance, per usual. I would move approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Glenn, seconded by Jamie. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Perfect, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yep. Couple quick items in the interest of time. Thanks to all of our teammates and partners that helped with the Total Solar Eclipse. It was a very successful event. A lot of pieces have been learned, a lot of great efforts been put in by a lot of people that you can see and can't see. We had a great group of people from all over the country. I've got a big list. I'll probably read them at the city council meeting about where people came from and that we talked to about our community. Lots of positive comments about the downtown and cleanliness and safety and people wanting to come back and be a part of it. So it's been 2 years in the making, and it was a great opportunity for our teams to work together, our public safety teams with the county agencies, state agencies, volunteers. All of our staff helped us out over Sunday and Monday. Many compliments to all the crews that helped keep everything safe, clean, and functioning. There was a lot of discussion about the communication efforts, so many thanks to Kristen for managing all of that. Some of the folks that were of substantial interest: Scotland, England, Costa Rica, the British Virgin Islands were all represented at Pirate Park on Monday. And out of one of the interesting stories I learned today, there was a North Carolina couple that became engaged at Pirate Park during the Total Solar Eclipse. So Greensburg will forever hold a spot on their wall in one of those maps that says where they met. Any questions on that?
I think it was well done, Mayor, but the volunteers were, they were all pleasant, very glad to be there. I think it's very well orchestrated. It's a lot of planning was put into it, you can tell. Very successful.
Kudos to staff, you, and all the committee that put this together, county and police, fire, everybody was, what I saw too on Monday was was just everybody having an enjoyable experience.
It takes a whole team, and they served us well and represented us very well, so many thanks to them. Heavy trash is May 20th through the 24th. That will be the typical week. We're gonna, in the bills that went out this month, there was the heavy trash flyer. I imagine that will be in the May utility bill. Well, again, what is being accepted, what's not. Please don't put it out too terribly early. 48 hours ahead would be plenty. So hopefully we hope for good dry weather that week instead of a monsoon. Approval of the claims as presented. Any edits, additions, questions?
Second.
Motion's been made by Glenn, seconded by Jamie. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Tonight is Lindsay's last meeting with us, so thank you, Lindsay, for your more than a year-long service to our Board of Works. It's been a joy to get to work with you, and I know life's calling you in a different direction, and you're going to go fulfill that, which is fantastic. Thank you for volunteering your time and effort and knowledge with us. So we're very appreciative to have you have been a part of our committee over the last several months, so thank you.
Been a privilege and an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Lauren Bauer is with us this evening. She's going to be taking Lindsay's spot. If you haven't had a chance to meet her, please do. We will get her elevator speech next month, and she can tell us all about herself, but please be sure you introduce yourself to her. Anything else? Lindsay, would you do us the honor of the final motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Mayor, we have old business.
I have old business. Oh, we do? Well, hold on. You can't do that yet.
Just kidding.
Yeah, just skip right over it. Hi, Beth. Almost missed it. Skinning your teeth. I apologize.
That's okay. No
You have an
problem.
updated contract, I believe.
Yes, I do. Good evening, everyone. We do have the updated contract for the fire protection between Washington Township and the City of Greensburg Fire Department. Our board did approve this with the two amendments that you had all requested, or we kind of talked about. They were paragraphs regarding the CUME Fire Fund and then also the emergency sirens. So they are worded, Chris had sent those in to us, and they approved that tonight. So I have that document with our signatures if we can pass that on.
Any questions for Chris? Everybody okay with the amendments as we talked about?
All the amendments that we made have been accepted, as I understood it, correct?
Yeah, assuming they just printed out the version that I sent.
I did. Yep.
I mean, obviously, I haven't read that one particularly, but I know I sent her the
It
last
is, yes.
version. I assume she just printed that out, so yes. It has all of the, should be paragraph 6 and I believe 22.
22.
Yeah. And those have the changes that we previously
Yeah,
discussed.
there's a couple editing places as well.
Yeah, the prior versions, yes, the prior things that you had noted have also been changed, to the best of my knowledge.
You want to take a look at that, Glenn, or?
You need to make a motion to add it to the agenda, because
It's
not-
on the
It's
agenda.
on the agenda.
It is.
Oh, it's on the very, okay.
Me too?
Yeah, I was thinking of old business up here in front of new business.
Well, Bev had her board meeting tonight, so we put it at the end and see what happens when you mess with it.
Yeah, sorry. We just weren't sure how long hours would go for me to get here.
This version is the most recent version.
He's used to it. All eyes on the cool. Did you make a motion to approve?
I will make a motion to approve.
Motion's been made by Jamie. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Glenn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thanks, Bev. Thanks for your
Thank
continued
you.
partnership.
Sure.
Yep.
And if I may take just a moment too, just as we look towards the future about what this contract will look like, I think we can keep very similar in the next few years. We may need to work out some details with regard to replacement of apparatus over the next maybe 4 or 5 years, just because of decrease in funds that we have and where we look like long-term with those. So I've already talked to the chief and each of the assistant chiefs about those and what are replacements, kind of a prioritizing of those over the next few years, but we'll be working with them on that and make sure that we can continue to do what we can. Thank you.
Thanks, Bev. Appreciate it.
Oh, the mayor needs to sign it
Okay.
yet.
And I, you guys will take care of that.
Okay, now Lindsay, now it's your turn. Is there a motion? Go for it.
So moved.
Motion's been made to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, thank you. City Council will begin